Hello, this is Don Lewis, and welcome to another episode of Living the Wiccan Life. Last week, we devoted part of our program to answering viewers' questions from our YouTube site. I enjoyed that so much I thought we would do it again this week. Picard Dad at the YouTube site asks our opinion about the Ouija board and its use. What do you think about the Ouija board? Is it okay to use? Well, this is sometimes a controversial subject because many people are very much afraid of the Ouija board and feel that it is a very negative thing, which leads to negative experiences. I disagree with this point of view and would say that the Ouija board, like any other psychic tool, is in and of itself neutral, and that the experiences that you have with it depend not upon the board itself, but upon the skill with which you use it, and also the spirit with which you use it. If you use it in a reverent and spiritual manner, you will get much better results than if you're looking for a spooky or scary experience, or engaging in it as if it were a game, which it is not. Many years ago, when I was learning clairvoyance as a youth, we used a Ouija board as a training tool rather in the same spirit that a child uses training wheels to learn to ride a bicycle. The board was used until we mastered straight clairvoyance, at which time it was put away because it was no longer necessary. But all of our experiences were positive ones. And I believe that if the board is used in the correct manner, this will be true for most people. I asked Lady Krystel if she would be willing to demonstrate the correct use of the Ouija board for our viewers, and she said that she would be delighted.
This is my guest Ashley, and today we're going to discuss and demonstrate the Ouija board. This is the box that Ouija comes in, and this is the spelling of it, O-U-I-J-A. This is a planchette that moves, and as you can see, there are letters and numbers on the board to give messages. At the end of the demonstration, I will discuss ways to work and not work with the Ouija board. For right now, I'm taking a smudge stick made of sage and smudging the planchette and the board to get rid of any old, stagnant, or possibly negative energy that might be lurking in the atmosphere. Smudging Angie and myself. The way you work the board is really simple. You need to be focused, serious, and relaxed. It is best to have all phones off the hook and to be sure that you will not be disturbed. It is best to have a particular purpose for working with the board, even if that purpose is merely to seek guidance in general or about a specific situation. Let's take hands, Ashley, as we pray. Goddess, God, Spirit of divine love, we ask your presence here with us today as we work with this board. We invite our guides in and ask for their help, participation, and protection. We ask that only the highest and best communications come through. We ask our guides, specifically our doorkeeper guides, to keep out anything that is less than positive and less than able to easily communicate. Bless us as we do it. So mote it be. So mote it be. Okay, to work the planchette, you slide it over the board a few times to kind of wake it up. And then each person lightly places the fingers of one hand on the board. Is there anyone present now who wishes to communicate with us? No. Okay, let's bring it back. For the purposes of this demonstration, we ask our guides to work with us for a few minutes so that others may learn how to properly do this. Will our guides work with us in this way? We thank you guides for helping us at this demonstration. Obviously, our guides are choosing not to give us a meaningful message. Obviously, I would say they prefer not to be filmed, but they did move the planchette. And one of the things that is important when working with it, and Ashley was very good at this, is a lot of people will put a lot of pressure on. You want to keep the lightest of pressures on the planchette, and it will move for you. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, guides. Thank you all who came to help us. Now I want to discuss the Ouija board a little bit. And first I will, Ashley, you have used this board before. What
Yes.
has your experience of it been?
I've had both positive and negative experiences. I've had experiences that spooked me, and I've had both, positive experiences that were more informative. Just ask a simple question, get a pretty simple answer, write it down. It's usually 1 to 2 words, and it actually describes what you've actually asked it. Mm-hmm. So all in all, I think the Ouija board's really cool, and it's mystifying, and it's something that is definitely unusual.
Yes, thank you. In my personal opinion, should a person use a Ouija board? First, let's talk about the negative, evil image of the Ouija board. That is not true. People get into trouble with the Ouija board when something negative comes through and they get all excited. So they pursue it, and they encourage it, and they draw more negativity to them. Another possible way to have a negative experience, 90 to 95% of what you experience with the board will be your hopes and fears, your projections, your subconscious longings, your desires. 5 to 10% can be a true communication. Someone who works with the board on a consistent basis, with experienced guides, and with integrity, can get really good information. Many people started working with their guides with the Ouija board. Reverend Don Lewis and I did ourselves. Of course, that lasted only as long as it took the spirits to kick us off of it, because they said, we don't need it, and it's too slow, and we don't want to work with you that way. We learned how to do without it. Famed psychic and channeler of Seth, the late Jane Roberts, started with the Ouija board, and Seth first came through to her and her husband Rob on the board. He too kept her on it only long enough to convince her that she didn't need it and that it was quicker and better without it, and to learn to trust herself. Can everyone get on the board and learn how to channel? I don't recommend it. If you want to work with a board, remember, accept no negative experiences. If something negative comes through, order it to leave. If it does not, put the board up. Do not encourage it. In this manner, you will keep your communications clear and concise. Ashley, thank you so much for being with me today and for helping me to demonstrate this.
Thank you, Krystel.
You're welcome. I always enjoy having you on this, and you always add a lot to the show.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Some years ago, I was a guest on telepathic radio, doing a show on the Ouija. The other guest was absolutely convinced that the Ouija was the gateway to hell, which obviously is not my point of view. And he had several horror stories of people's very bad experiences with Ouija. One of these I will always remember because it happened to a group of frat boys who happened to be drunk at the time and were using their Ouija board in a cemetery. And then they wondered why they had a bad experience. Like any psychic tool, if you misuse it, it is going to act badly for you. On that same show, I attempted to do a live demonstration of Ouija just as Lady Krystel did for this program. And I had similar results. The only message I could get from the board was, Don is a clairvoyant, because the spirits did not want to use the board to speak to me, knowing that I could bring their message through directly. But when you're still learning to do that, the Ouija can be a valuable tool. So, to sum up this program, I would say to you, if you wish to use the Ouija, make certain that you are doing so in a spiritual manner, that you cleanse and bless your space, and that you accept nothing negative through it, and you will find that it is helpful for developing straight clairvoyance. I hope that you've enjoyed this program and that you join us again next week when we'll have another program for you. May you blessed be.
Hello, I'm Debbie Tompkins, president of Witch School, at our new store in Rossville, here with all your back to Witch School needs. We have many new items. that are available here in the store and also online. For example, we have these spell books available in 3 colors. We have red, and we have blue, and we have green. They retail for $24.95. We have a wide variety of incense. Individual boxes are available for $1 each. We also have a new line of oils made by a monastic community dedicated to Universalist teachings. They retail for $5 each. And here we have your basic set of stones, retail for $6.99, and it comes in a lovely velvet bag. And of course we have our ever popular mini spells. So if you happen to be in Rossville, stop on by. We're on the main street, or go to our online store, www.witchschool.com.